movies. Matt Damon and Kristen Wiig are starring in the new movie Downsizing. This is getting a lot of attention, but it is actually actress Hong Chau who is getting a ton of attention for her part in the film, including nominations for Critics' Choice and Golden Globes Awards. And our movie critic, Paul McGuire Grimes from Paul's Trip to the Movies, recently had a chance to chat with Hong in Los Angeles.
Open your eyes.
In another part of the world.
The world is filled with things to see.
You were definitely like the breakout star of this movie.
Thanks.
Your character is so eccentric and just feisty. Did you base her on anyone?
Of course, I pulled inspiration from my family. They are Vietnamese refugees, and they've had a tremendous life story leaving Vietnam and ending up in a refugee camp in Thailand, which is where I was born. And then we went over to New Orleans, Louisiana, because we had a sponsor family there. It's wild. And now I'm sitting here in a movie, an Alexander Payne movie, opposite Matt Damon, and I'm talking to you. That's wild.
You're that woman from a couple years ago, the dissident from Thailand or something? What's your name?
Gang Ngọc Lang, Vietnam.
What's something that you want people to take away from the movie?
Well, you know, I think our movie asks a good question. In the movie, Matt Damon's character asks, who am I? And that's a very simple question. Like, what do I want out of life? What do other people want from me? What do I owe my fellow man, you know? So hopefully when people leave the movie, they think, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Like, how am I living it?
Why did I downsize? So that I could be here, right now. I finally have a chance to do something that matters.
Forget it. So Paul joins us now, and we're just chit-chatting. Okay, so how was Hong Chau? Do you love her?
It's delightful. Like, I knew her from Big Little Lies that I was talking about, and then to see her in this, I was like, you are a huge breakout star, and you're hilarious.
That's fantastic.
It's a pretty good movie, and it gives you a lot to think about.
Okay, good. So look for that one. We also asked Paul to share his top movies for 2017, starting with Dunkirk.
Yes, this is my favorite movie of 2017. Again, this is from Christopher Nolan. It's about the rescue at Dunkirk, and it's told through three perspectives, by air, by land, and by sea, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's short, it's to the point, and it is brilliant.
I like to hear that it's short, because that's your complaint about a lot of movies these days. They just went half an hour too long, right?
No, this is like 90 minutes or 100 minutes. Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hardy, Harry Styles.
That's what I was going to ask. It's Harry Styles, isn't it, right?
You wouldn't recognize him if you didn't know who he is, but he's pretty good.
Okay.
He could do movies.
Is that one that we can stream anywhere now?
Yes, it's available on, you can video on demand, iTunes rental, just buy it, Blu-ray, DVD.
All the different ways.
Perfect. And is it as realistic? Like, I remember Saving Private Ryan just it made me go, it's not pretty. War isn't pretty. It's awful.
Or romantic.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I like about this one too, is that it is realistic. He shoots it with IMAX cameras, so you feel in it, but it's not overly violent. It's not overly bloody. You know, some war movies get so like gruesome.
Yeah.
This doesn't do that at all, but you feel that, the tight spaces, the vast openness at sea.
Wow,
I'm definitely going to do that.
Okay, how about this one? Call Me By Your Name. This is another one of your top movies of 2017.
Yes, this movie just wrecks me in the best kind of way. And it's Italy, 1983. And it's about a young man, two young men, that discover and kind of have to challenge what their sexuality is when they start to fall for each other in a time and a place when it's definitely not accepted.
Yeah, wow.
So
my Facebook is blowing up. People are like, this movie is incredible.
And for someone that has gone through that, so much of this movie resonated about how they discover that and fight that, and this pressure from either your parents or other people. It rings loud and true. And that's Timothée Chalamet, who's getting so much award buzz.
And he's he's the 19. Okay.
In this, and then Armie Hammer is the Adonis figure in this, and there's so much sexual tension and heat that just radiates off the screen that you just feel it.
Okay, where can we see that one?
It's in limited release right now, like the Uptown of the Lagoon has it, but you can get, that's going to be huge Oscar buzz.
Okay, good. I like
Meryl Streep plays Katharine Graham, Tom Hanks plays Ben Bradley, and it's the story that we know about the Pentagon Papers and the Washington Post trying to put them out about what was happening in the White House and the Pentagon.
And put their neck out, like to really get it out there.
And it is so timely with its talks of feminism, freedom of the press, the power of the newspaper, and you realize that like Meryl Streep's character, Katharine Graham, was one of the first female publishers and how all the men around her.
I read her biography, by the way, and if you have it, you should read it. She's a fascinating woman. Actually, it was my second try. I actually read the Martha Graham biography first, thinking it was Katharine Graham for my book club, and I got
Wrong
there,
book.
and they were talking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, she didn't dance? Like, I was like, so then I went back and read Katharine Graham's.
It's a
she's an
fascinating
amazing
show.
lady.
And this is
Was
one
amazing.
of Meryl Streep's best performances in
How can you
many,
really say
many-
that? Every time she does it,
But
you're
I
like,
think
it's
because,
amazing.
Exactly, but because it's so stripped down, it's a vulnerable Meryl that we haven't seen before of her. A wig, but it's
Okay, I can't wait.
yeah.
Okay, so when
Can't
can we
describe.
see this one?
January 12th. Not out for a while, but I've seen it already, and I want everyone to see it and think about how it eerily applies to today.
Well, yeah.
For sure.
Does it ring like sort of reminders of Spotlight?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
and
so
just,
there's big
and it's
moments.
fast paced. I mean, they shot it very fast. It's a quick deadline that you see in the movie, and you feel that way with the countdown to this movie.
That's the
Because they had to
post
make a
that Paul's talking
decision.
about.
Like they
Yes.
had to make a decision. Do we go to press or not?
And the paper was going bankrupt at the time, and they were deciding to take it public if they were going to do this or not. Would it ruin her career, his career?
That's going to be a good one to see. Thanks,
Yes.
Paul, and thanks for all your contributions to Twin
Oh,
Cities Live.
thank
in
you.
And I'm such a
27.
fan.
I am too.
I'm
Fargo,
such a fan.
one of my favorite movies ever.
Fargo made one of your lists?
It's my number 10 movie of all time. I see it all the time.
Okay, and
it's
I'm a
so
fan.
good.
I love you.
Oh, this is so great. Make sure you visit Paul's website. It's paulstriptothemovies.com to read his thoughts on more movies from 2017. And then you can do like Melissa does. You can listen to Paul on the Colleen and Bradley Show on My Talk 1071 on Fridays. Okay.